can put some chairs now. Take some water, okay?
Gracias, nos encanta que les haya encantado. Vamos a pasar a la ronda de preguntas y respuestas. Vamos a iniciar con preguntas que han hecho online. Esta es para Rafael. Dice, how do you approach the creation process? ¿Cómo obtienes el proceso creativo?
Thank you. The creation process. So we worked a lot with Blueprint, which is a method working with maps, cartography. The idea is that we're going to start on the paper and then transfer it to movements. The dancer create their own individual material, and it's composed in time and space. Okay. Another thing we did a lot is really listening to the music. It's composed by Vincent Vaca and Chori Soleil. And they have been creating a very contemporary music art piece, which I appreciate a lot because it does create harmony and rhythm, which is, I think, very singular in terms of contemporary music. So yeah, we have tried to create, we have tried to create lines, which are sometimes it's connecting with the music and then it's disappearing again. And it's a theme we're also taking with the movements, okay? Sometimes they're together, they're connected, they're actions and reactions, and sometimes they go their own way. And it comes really along with these amazing dancers who have a very different background. So they have their own individual movement language, but still they can be connected on stage. Okay.
Él habla del método Blueprint que se basa, traducido al español sería mapa de huellas. Primero lo plasman en papel para luego poder hacerlo en el escenario. Parte del éxito de Blueprint es obviamente el maravilloso equipo que tienen todos backgrounds muy distintos. Y pues también parte del método Blueprint es tomar muy en cuenta la música, la composición. En este caso utilizaron la composición Dance de Vincent y Jordi. We have another question. It says, what do you communicate with this piece? ¿Cuál es el mensaje de esta pieza?
For me, dance, it's especially in the contemporary form, really about experience. So imagine we listen to Mozart or Bach. If you listen to this, after we finish, we don't ask what is it about. We enjoyed the experience, and it's exactly what we did today. We came together in the studio, a lot of beautiful people. We spent time together. We had the experience together. So this is for me how I like to approach dance. Another thing which was very personal motivated by me. You stop me if it's too much. Huh? Okay, here you go.
Thank you. Okay. Él habla de que realmente para él comunicar algo es más bien la experiencia que se tiene con la pieza. Si vas a una función de Mozart, simplemente es el hecho de disfrutarlo, más que querer comunicar algo en específico.
Another thing is only one sentence, which is very important for me personally, is to really respect the individual movement quality of each dancer. And how to respect their movement quality, but still create a high-quality piece. And using Blueprint, we discovered that it's possible, and well, no, it's in progress, but yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. También menciona que parte importante es respetar el movimiento individual de cada bailarín y que lo toman muy, muy, muy en cuenta a la hora de utilizar el método de mapas. Oh, I'm sorry. I have another question, but this one's for the girls.
Okay.
How do you feel after this experience? ¿Cómo te sientes después de esta experiencia?
¿Quieres decir, you mean after now doing the run? I have cramps in my body. Tired. But somehow it felt good to thank you for coming because it was very different for us, I think, to have eyes other than Raf's eyes. Yeah, we could really get into the performance mode and somehow feel a bit how the material feels with a bit more adrenaline pumping in the blood. So, yeah, good.
Nos dice que aparte de los calambres, pues siente mucho la adrenalina del hecho de tener otros ojos aparte del director y que pues está muy contenta con el trabajo realizado y cómo se siente. We have another question for you, Rafael. It says, what fascinated you about working in this creation? ¿Qué hubo de fascinante en esta pieza?
What fascinates me on this creation, okay? I really appreciate that each creation, depending on the characters involved, is totally different. So I'm always working with blueprint, mapas, but it really depends upon what performers, what interpreters are within the cast. We did different projects with different dancers and different techniques, and I always appreciate working with people in the studio together and to get to know each other. And the starting point is like really separate from each other, you know, different cultures, French, Spanish, Austrian, Catalan, but at the end it's this kind of coming together, you know, and yeah, I think this is what I appreciate the most about it.
Rafael nos comenta que lo que más a él le fascina es la compenetración que tiene con su equipo, el hecho de que son de diferentes backgrounds y que obviamente traer eso, unir todo eso para crear una sola pieza, pues es lo que a él más le inspira a la hora de crear este tipo de pieza. And I have one last question for the girls. How is working with the choreographer?
Oh, wow.
¿Cómo es trabajar con el coreógrafo?
Yo ya contesté, chicos.
Maybe one of them, huh?
Hi. Sorry. It's so easy for me to dance, but it's so difficult to talk to the audience. Was a very different experience because, yeah, he's not giving us the material. Like he's not the kind of choreographer that goes and say you have to do this. So we were very free for create our own movement. Was an amazing experience. Yeah. Yes.
Ella comenta que se le hace muy fácil bailar, pero no hablar. Me parece que ambas cosas las haces perfecto. Dice que fue un trabajo importante, ya que él no da las direcciones exactamente, él permite que cada una traiga su propia esencia a la pieza y que realmente es lo que más le ha fascinado trabajar con él. If you want me to ask the people.
Yeah, maybe if we want to talk about something, maybe come like a bit closer,
Yeah.
Corona distance, but close.
¿Tienen alguna pregunta, algún comentario?
Let me join the cast.
Vamos.
Uy, estoy un poco malito de la voz. English. Did you say before that you were with the... Sorry for my voice, I am sick.
Sorry.
Did you say that you were with the movement and the music sometime? How you work with this? You listen first the music, you create after the movement, or you work with the movement, then you try to connect the movement with the music?
We worked a lot at the beginning without the music because I really would like to take the rhythm, natural rhythm of the dancers within the material. And depending on the dramaturgical moment of the piece, we create sometimes the material at the same time with the music. So it's a balance between listening to the music and listening to the bodies of these amazing dancers.
Ok, Rafael comenta que es un balance entre crearlo, tanto antes como después, pero que usualmente siempre escucha primero la canción para poder ir creando y adaptando también las disciplinas de las personas que lo van a interpretar. ¿Alguien más?
Hola, gracias. Thank you. Lo digo en inglés y en español. Okay. First, I have two questions. One, where are you in the process? Now that we're seeing you've been working together for 2 weeks, I understand. So where are you in the midst of the whole process? Que donde después de trabajar durante 2 semanas, donde se encuentran dentro de lo que es el proceso global?
You want to say something first? Aga, you want to say something?
Okay, so we had one residency in Rocambert, which is in Granollers, near Barcelona, and we have spent there 5 days working. And now in Teatros de Canal, we have been also 5 days. So for me, now it's a personal feeling. We are at 65% because the dramaturgy is there. But we have one more residency in Valencia in the new year, where we would like to focus on elements which you did not see yet, such as the costume and more detailing, some connections. Yeah. Light, yeah, these kind of elements which really create the dance piece are in the last third, yes.
Yes, Clementine, something else?
No, that for me inside, like there are some things that we finished yesterday, so somehow it's very, very fresh and shaky inside our bodies. So I feel like it's quite a good approximation, the 65%. And for us inside, I feel like now it's the second, the next phase would be to start embodying what we created and understanding more and more what we are doing, where we can emphasize certain things, where we can breathe inside the piece because it's quite intense. And the music also is intense, so we have to find, for me, I feel like I have to have the time now in the next residency to really balance out the rhythm inside my own body and not get carried away, basically. So now it's the work to clean and to like sail inside the piece rather than run a sprint, no?
This is for all of you. And it has to do with blueprint. Because many choreographers will work with what individual dancers give them, and they will give parameters or suggestions. So I'm really interested to find out how blueprint is different from that, and what it gives you as performers and in a way co-makers, of the piece. So I'm really curious about that. Que tengo mucha curiosidad para saber en qué se diferencia el método de blueprint de un trabajo, un diálogo de una coreógrafa, un coreógrafo que da pautas para invitar la creación de material de las personas que están interpretando la pieza.
You first.
For me, one word that come to my mind is freedom. It gave me a lot of freedom to put my own movement. That's it. Like the big difference for me was freedom. Oh, sorry.
I would feel the opposite, I think. I mean, not exactly the opposite, but it's like if it was by my own or something like this, I would search to feel kind of sensation or stuff like this, and just to be that free in terms of movement and blah blah blah. I feel reduced in what I can do. But it's why it's super interesting. So it's super raw in a way. It's mostly about body points or direction and space, but it's also super complicated to just, okay, you can actually almost do whatever you want with still that task, but you're not reduced in that kind of texture, because we also have to play with different kind of textures, like or stuff like this. So for me, this is a complicated exercise, but super interesting in the same way.
Maybe let translate first, no? It's a lot of content.
Bueno, Violeta nos comenta que para ella siente que la diferencia es la libertad que tiene, es lo que diferencia el método Blueprint, contrario a Ágate, que dice que es totalmente para ella lo opuesto, que siente que el hecho de tener esa libertad y no tener pues la dirección pues, le limita un poco pues a lo que ella está acostumbrada, y que precisamente eso es lo que la hace pues ponerle un poco más.
I'm still trying to figure out. I feel like so inside that somehow I'm not so sure how it really made me feel, but I would tend to go more with a gut feeling that sometimes restrictions give you a clearer idea of where to go to, and this openness somehow it's a lot of responsibility and at the same time a lot of space to bring yourself inside. So one thing I really appreciate is that really we are, I think you noticed, quite different, the three of us, and I think it's really nice in that sense that we could really bring each our colors. But it was very challenging also for our own processes as artists to question, put in doubt what you put in the space, whether it's good, whether you like it, does it work? And sometimes those questions are irrelevant, but it was good that we had a director to, he could work around those doubts, I guess, and just he's quite quick at seeing what he likes and what he doesn't, or not in terms of liking, but in terms of, okay, this works for me, this doesn't, and so we could move on quite quickly, actually. So this, for me, was quite impressive to see the development so quick with this method. It was very efficient way of creating. Yeah.
Sorry. That's a lot of homework. I'm trying. Bueno, ella nos comenta que está muy de la mano con Ágate en el hecho de que es bastante retador el que no tengas direcciones. Que sí es verdad, el tener la libertad te ayuda mucho a expresar lo que quieres, pero al mismo tiempo te da mucha responsabilidad en lo que estás haciendo. Y que, pues, gracias a que Rafael es una persona con una valga la redundancia, una personalidad bastante maleable y muy rápido en decir esto me funciona, esto no me funciona, pues le ha ayudado mucho a ella a encontrar pues, el método bastante enriquecedor. ¿Alguien más?
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for coming.
Gracias.
Nice words. Yeah, thank you for coming one more time. I hope you liked it. You can, again, I invite you to drink the wine and the orange juice because it's our last day, so drink it now or it's gonna throw it away. Also, I'm gonna cool down with the dancers. We're gonna do some massage in case you want to join. We have a big space, okay? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Van a tener una sesión de masajes con los bailarines por si quieren pasar adelante.